Okay, so I'm going to do a review, another review on the peach type tomatoes. And this is called the Wapsipinicon Peach. I believe that's how you say that. It's probably Native American, so I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I had done a review earlier on the garden peach, and I'm going to show you one of those. And you can see they're very similar. Okay, this is the garden peach, all right? And this is the Wapsipinicon peach. You see there's blushing on the bottom of the peach. Garden peach has a very consistent texture to it. It looks just like an apricot, just to show you. This tends to have a little bit of veining in it if you look very close. A little bit of blushing, more blushing on the bottom, though the other one blushes as well. So there is a difference, slight difference in characteristics. I don't know about taste, but we're going to find that out. As far as peach fuzz on it goes, very slightly. If I can get you up against the edge of that. I don't know if my camera's picking this up or not, but you might be able to see the fuzz around the edge. So I leave it there for a second so you can see it. Let me try moving you over. Okay. I want you to get a good idea of what I'm showing you and this oddity of this tomato. So yeah, it is a little bit fuzzy. You can see that it's a little fuzzy. We are going to cut this one in half. Oh, this one's ripe, guys. This one is nice and ripe. I'm gonna save the seeds on this. So I don't know how many of these I'm gonna get this year. I'd like to be able to save enough seeds so I can do seed exchange with people. I do a lot of that online. All right, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Try to turn that up right. Okay, you can see it has 3 chambers. I don't see any wilding effect on the rind. Let's see what else. The skin looks a little thicker than a regular tomato, but that don't necessarily mean anything. I'll tell you that once I take a bite. All right, so let's taste that for what it's worth. You know, there's a little bit of seed in there, so that way I can kind of taste it. So it looks very juicy, by the way. It don't look dry at all. All right, this has more of a tangy flavor right off the bat. The skin tastes a little bit, I don't know, wild or green taste to it, you know, kind of like something you would taste in the wild. Different effect on the skin because of a little bit of peach fuzz. No, it's not going to hurt you or nothing like that. This tomato was very juicy, but again, it's very ripe. It doesn't appear to be dry in any sense, or it's not palatable or something like when I say something like that. It just, I'm comparing that to the most juiciest red tomato that you would normally know, beefsteak tomato. You got that perfect flavor to it and all. If I take a bite of it and I say, oh, it's a little bit off over there, it just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just, there's some lingering aftertaste and overtones to it that aren't quite like the beefsteak tomatoes that we all know and love. So there is going to be some wildness to it. I just got to get used to that. For me, it's no big deal, but I'm trying to kind of give you the experience that I'm getting as I do this taste test. So let me finish this. It has a very nice, smooth flavor. It's very tangy with almost no sweetness, just a little bit, maybe 10% sweetness, 70% tanginess, 60-70% tangy. And that little bit in between 70 and that 10, that little bit, that's more like a watery, neutral type flavor. You got that just neutral. The skin, though, it's very chewy like a berry. Like normally with tomato skins, I don't have to sit here and chew the skin like bubble gum. I'm having to chew this a little bit, the skin on this. All the meat and all that, that's all gone. Skin is, I'm still chewing it. I still got it in my mouth. I don't want to spit it out, but it just doesn't want to chew up real easily. And it's very thin, so it's hard. You got to grind your teeth together to kind of chew it, like, if you know what I mean. And if you swallow it, it kind of like grabs your throat. And it doesn't want to swallow, so now you got to end up coughing it out. It's that kind of thing. Let me finish this one and we'll end the video. I like the taste. I like the taste better than I like the garden peach. This one's got a nice taste. That skin, though, there's something about that skin. The skin got a very wild berry type effect. I don't know how to explain it. I've eaten so many different things. If you eat a lot of wild berries like blueberries, huckleberries, things like that in the wild, when you pick them and you get like all the juice comes out of it and you're left with the skin, like if you ever grown garden huckleberry, which is not a huckleberry, guys, maybe I'll do a video one day for you about what a huckleberry is, show you what they are. But garden huckleberry is really just another berry type plant from the nightshades family. If you ever get left over with that skin, that thick skin, and you got to kind of like chew it for a while, almost like a grape skin, you got to chew it. It doesn't taste like that, but it's kind of, you got to chew it. Well, that's what it's like. And because it has those hairs on it, it seems like those hairs want to just like get stuck to the side of your throat as you're swallowing it, right where you swallow, where your tongue is, you know. And that's an area where if that happens, you're going to want to cough it out, you're going to gag or something. That kind of wants to do that. Other than that, I like the taste of the tomato. It had a very tangy flavor, very low sweetness. This one was fully ripe. It was very moist, very wet. The seeds were connected to the rind. It's just that skin part. I don't know how to what to say about that. I mean, maybe you could peel the skins off. They look like once they're really ripe, the skin's just going to come right. It's going to be just like a grape. You know how you squeeze a grape and the whole inside of the grape pops out and you're left with just the skin? It's almost the same thing with this thing. This thing is the skin will just separate very easily. So you probably could make a good sauce out of it. Keep in mind that effect of that furry part of the skin. It's not that it's unpleasant. It just likes to stick right to the walls of your throat when you're swallowing it. So if you're going to forage with these things, just keep that in mind. You know, if you're running or you're walking and you're breathing in and out of your mouth and you're eating one of these things while you're at the same time, I'd be careful with it. It's not something like a regular tomato you could chew up and swallow. It's this you got to chew for a while. And I will see you on the next one. Thumbs up.